Hello everyone, welcome to 1045 Engineering. Today we are here with yet another video in our Grind 75, a better Blind 75 coding series. So today we are going to solve the problem on longest palindrome. We have to figure out what is the longest length of palindrome possible from a given string. Let's jump into the problem statement and start solving. So last time we had already solved climbing stairs. We'll mark it tick. Let's start solving longest palindrome. Okay, let's go through the problem statement quickly. Given a string S which consists of lowercase or uppercase letters, return the length of the longest palindrome that can be built with those letters. Letters are case sensitive. For example, AA is not considered a palindrome here. Okay, let's see. What can we do? We see A, B, C, 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 D, D, and the longest palindrome that we can form is D, C, C, A, C, C, D. So firstly, what is a palindrome? A palindrome is a string that reads the same backward or forward. So if we read from left side, D, C, C, A, C, C, D. From right side, D, C, C, A, C, C, D. We are given a string. We have to find the length of longest palindrome possible. Okay. There are different approaches. I have a very fast approach that we can use to implement it. But on the other hand, there is one easier approach. It wouldn't be that fast, but it'll be fast enough. Plus, it'll be easier for everyone to understand as well. If the time permits, I'll go through both the approaches, but let's pick the easier approach first. Okay. So what we can do is, let's say you are given any string like this one. Okay. You have to see which all characters are there in the string twice, like DD is there. Okay, then you can be sure that okay, I can use DD to form my longest string because I'll keep one D on one end, the other D on other end. Then I find CC. Okay, I'll do the same with CC. I'll keep one. So let me show you by example. Okay, our given string is A, B, C, 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 D, D. So we'll say okay, there are two D's. So I'll keep one D and one D here, right? Then I see there is a C and C. Okay, I'll give one C on this side, I'll give one C on this side. Then two more C and C, I'll give one C on this side, one C on this side. Is there any other character which is available twice? B is only once, A is only once. So now I can pick either A or B in the middle. Either it can be A and final longest string could be D, C, C, A, C, C, D, or I could make it like D, C, C, B, C, C, D, which forms D, C, C, B, C, C, D. Okay, so which odd character I pick in the middle does not matter. So what we are going to do is we are going to find out the characters that are available even number of times, and simply we can increase the length, and if there are any odd characters left, then we can add them once in the center, right? So to do this, the easiest is to take a hash map approach or a hash set approach. We can store the characters and we can process accordingly. Okay, let's start solving and we'll go through the understanding as well. So let's initialize int length. So this will be our final length equals to 0. Okay, so we'll say initialize the length of the longest palindrome. Okay, now we'll use a set to store the characters. Character set equal to new hash set. Okay, I'll say set to store characters that have been encountered, because once we encounter the characters, we'll keep saving them. Now let's go traverse this string, and now we'll understand what we are going to do with the characters and how we are going to store them in our set. Int I is equal to 0, I is less than s dot length, normal procedure, I plus plus. Okay, now let's fetch the current character. So it'll be char current char is equal to s dot caret I. Okay, now if set dot contains current character, if set already contains this character, okay, as of now we have not entered our character, so we'll be having a else loop as well, and in else loop we'll simply be adding the characters to our set dot add current character. But what will we do if that character has already been added? Like when we encounter A, we check if set dot contains current character. No, so we add it to A. Then B, we add it to set. Then we encounter C, and then we encounter C again. This time it enters this loop, right? Let me just comment it for everyone. So what we will do, if the character is already in the set, what does it mean? It means we can use it to form a palindrome. Why? Because when C was encountered the first time, the code came to the else part, we added to the set. When C came the next time, that means a C exists already in the set and another C has come, right? As we saw earlier. So now we have two pair. So now we have a pair of this character C. So we can use this in our palindrome. We can form C on both ends, left and right, and similarly move forward, right? So if we see a C already exists and now my current character is C again, that means there are two C's, and even number of characters can be used to form the palindrome, right? So if even number of characters are there, we increase the length by 2, because we don't have to form the longest palindrome, we just have to find out the maximum length and remove this character from the set. Why remove? Because we encountered A in our set, we added A, B, C, D, D, okay. Then we encountered B, we added it here. Then we encountered C, we added it here. Then we encountered next C. Now we know that a C already exists, our current character is C. Our initial length was equal to 0, which then gets modified to, we'll increment it by 2, okay, because these two characters can be used. The next C and the C is stored already. So we increase the length to 2 and we remove this character C. Now next time third C is encountered, we enter it here. Fourth C is encountered, then a C is already present. We remove this C, we increase the length by 2 again, and the length becomes 4, right? So using this approach, so we increase the length by 2 and remove this character from the set to avoid duplications. Okay, now length will become length plus equal to 2, okay, and set dot remove current char, okay. Else, if the character is not in the set, add it to the set for future potential use, okay. So now what will happen is, we encounter the next C, we add it, we encounter next C, we remove it. We encounter D, we add D, we encounter next D, we remove it, and we increase the value by 2 again, length by 2 again. So length as of now has reached 6, but the answer is 7, okay. Now once this loop ends, we will check if set dot size is greater than 0. What does it mean? Okay, let me write it. If there are characters left in the set, we can use one of the characters, characters, characters as the center of the palindrome, right? Because if any element, if any characters are left in the set, that would mean only the odd number of characters are left in the set. Only the odd characters that had the frequency of 1, 3, 5, 9 and all, they are left in the character set. So just as an example, if we had E, first E will get added, second E will remove this E, third E will get added, right? So if set length is greater than 0, that means there are more than one characters. There is one or more than one character in the set, and we can use one of the characters to put it in the middle of our final this final palindrome. Like we picked one and put it in the middle of D, C, 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 D, right? And if we do so, that means this will add 1 to the length, right? So we can simply say return length plus 1. Now length will become from 6 to 7, because AB set was not empty, length becomes 1. But in case set did become empty, or set does become empty, we can simply say return length, and this will be the length of the longest palindrome. Okay, let's submit it and check. Okay, somewhere something is not good. LENGTH is a typo. Let's submit again. Okay, yeah. See, so our solution is pretty easy, but then we can see that it's the runtime is 6 milliseconds. It beats 55.95% of the users with Java. But I would always suggest to go with this approach. This is a much easier approach, much understandable. You can use, we are using a set, we are storing the characters. When the character arrives for the first time, we increase, when the character arrives for the first time, set does not contain it, we add it to the set. When the character arrives for the second time, we increase the length by 2 and we remove that character from the set. Simply in the end, we check if the set size is still greater than 0, that means at least one odd character is there in the set, we increase the length by 1 more, otherwise we simply return the length. And this is how we can find the maximum length of a palindrome. But now that we have some time, let's take a look at the other approach as well. I'll go quickly and okay, let's start solving. Maybe okay, I'll just simply remove this all code, longest palindrome. Okay, yeah, this does not have okay. Now whenever we are coming across problems like where we have to store the characters and their frequencies, and we are using something like hash map or hash set or hash table, we always have the option to do it via character array, as we have done in earlier problems as well. But this time the thing is, our characters are case sensitive, so we can have bigger characters as well as we can have smaller characters. So we cannot take an integer array of 26, right? So now we'll go with the ASCII characters. Okay, I'll quickly go through the problem, quickly go through the solution. Int length is equal to 0. I'll say int okay char count is equal to new int of 128 y128. okay, assuming ASCII, please read about the ASCII characters, and we can extend it to we can extend Unicode as well to Unicode. Okay, now we'll simply traverse our string char c from s dot to char array. Okay, and we'll say char count. So for the characters that are available, now they can be smaller or bigger, will increase their count or the frequency accordingly. So A will increase A's index frequency by 1, B will increase it to 1, C will first increase it to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So now after this we will know that there is 1 1, 1A, 1B, 4C and 2D. Okay. After this we'll run through this array again. Int count, okay, char count, and we'll check for the values. For each character, we can either have even value or we can have odd value, right? But we can use the even value to form our palindrome. So we can say we can use an even number of them to form a palindrome. So we add how will we calculate it? Okay, so we can actually use this formula. Whatever is the count, we divide it by 2 and then multiply it again by 2 to the length. Okay, why so? Okay, let's say there were 5 C's. Okay, let's say there were 5 C's. So how many C's can we use to form the palindrome? We can use 4 C's to form the palindrome, right? 4 C's can directly be used, CC on one end and CC on other end. The 5th C we won't be picking, because in first attempt we always pick for even number of characters. Okay, so if there are 5 C's, what we are doing here is we are dividing it by 2. So 5 divided by 2, we get 2. 2 into 2 is 4, and then we get total number of C's that can be used to form the palindrome, 4 and not 5. Okay, so we'll use this formula. We'll simply say length is equal to length plus count divided by 2 and then multiplied by 2 again. Please rewatch this part to understand why we are using the formula, because yet at once it would look like that we are dividing it by 2 and then multiplying it by 2 again. Okay, now that for all the even numbers we are increasing the value, now again we'll check for the case where the odd number can exist and we can use it to form the center of our palindrome and increase the length by 1. Okay, so we can check it if there's any character left with an odd count. So any character which is left with an odd count, it can be 1, it can be 3. Mostly it will be 1, because if it is 3 we would have used 2 already. We can use one of them as the center. Okay, so we'll check. How will we check? If this length, so if this is the length of the given string, the maximum length that can be possible is actually the length of this given string, right? So if any character is left after having included all the even number of characters, like from A, B, C, C, D, D, we used CC. I'll make it 4. We use CC, CC, doing it divide by 2 and into 2 is equal to 4. So length is equal to 4. Then since we had DD also, divide by 2 into 2, it became 2. So length became 6. And then we have A and B. Okay, but our overall length came out to be 6. But initial length of the string S was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If our final length comes out to be smaller than this given string, that means at least one of the character is odd that has not been included as part of this length, and we can use it to form the center of our palindrome. It can be either A or B. So we'll simply check if length, that is our final length that we have reached for the palindrome, is less than s dot given string dot length, we can simply say length plus plus. Okay, return length. Let's submit. Okay, oops, yeah, okay, let's submit. Okay, I submitted it too fast. What's wrong? LENGTH, typo again. Okay, beats 100% of the solution. So this was a pretty difficult approach, but much better in terms of time complexity. But I would suggest please understand the approach one first and then focus on this approach. Okay, so we have resolved this problem in time complexity of O of n. That's all from today's video, everyone. So thank you, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have another approach apart from the one that we discussed, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.